When you start to travel full time, you pack what you think you'll need. But it's the little things that you forget that make a big difference. So today we're going to talk about, since we've been traveling for the last 6 months, we're going to share some things that new travelers sometimes might forget.
Hi, we are Sean and Tina. We retired early, sold almost everything, and now traveling the world full time. We will show you how you can live abroad comfortably on $2,500 a month with real budgets, tips, and destinations that can make retirement affordable and exciting. So, hit that subscribe button and see how you can retire sooner, travel longer, and live more.
After traveling full time for the last 6 months, here are a few essentials some new travelers might overlook.
So we get asked a lot in the comments about certain things that we take with us when we travel. So today we're going to share a few of those things with you. And the first thing we have on our list is our Apple AirTags. Sean has 2 and I have 2 of these, and we keep one in our backpacks and one of our suitcases. So we can keep up with those. If they're ever lost, we'll be able to find them. If you have, I know with our Apple phones that we can download these AirTags onto our Apple phone, and it gives us the location of those. And everything that we share here today will have a link in our description.
The next item I'm going to cover is, this is our travel router. It's made by, do you know if you can see that? GLNet. And what this allows us to do is, as soon as we arrive to our accommodations, whether it's Airbnb or a hotel, we set this up. Now, what we did was we connected all of our devices, our cell phones, our laptops, our Fire Sticks. We use all those and connect them to this device. And so what it allows us to do when we arrive at our accommodations is we plug it up, get it online, and hook it up to the existing Wi-Fi in our accommodations. And then once it's up and running, everything else automatically connects to that. So this has been a game changer for us. And not only that, it's very small because, as you know, as full-time travelers, real estate in your luggage is at a premium.
The next thing we have, which is come in handy as well, is our luggage scale. We travel with this because some of the budget airlines that we travel on, you have to have a certain weight on your backpack and also on your luggage. So this is very small too, as you can see, and it is very much needed.
Yeah, and also it weighs in pounds and kilograms, because once you get outside the country, a lot of those countries go by kilograms, so it has that unit of measurement on it as well. So it's come in handy for us on a number of occasions.
And you just take this little loop, put it around your luggage handle or whatever, and it holds like this.
Yeah. The next item, and for my sports fans, you do not want to leave home without this. This is going to be the old Amazon Fire Stick. Obviously, as when we're traveling outside of the country, we want to tap into some of our sports at home. That's what the Fire Stick allows us to do. We have a couple of streaming services that we are signed up with, so that allows us to get the sports from home. Now, one thing I will say, and this is going to be critical, is you must have a VPN. If you're full-time traveling anyway, you should have a VPN. But what it's going to allow you to do is, when you set up your Fire Stick at home and connect it to your VPN, once you get outside the country, it will allow you to hook up to a network in the United States, which then allows you to stream shows in the United States, no matter where you're traveling. So if you don't have a VPN, even if you have your Fire Stick, it's not going to work, because I think we learned in Mexico, when you turn it on, it's going to know that it's outside the United States. And when you try to go to Netflix, it's going to tell you you're out of the region. So the shows that you're trying to watch are not available. So Fire Stick, VPN for the win.
And guys, we will put the link in the description to the VPN that we use.
Right.
And it's worked out great.
Yeah, and it's very inexpensive. I think we paid about $3 a month or something like that, and we paid up for the entire year. So definitely worth the money.
The next thing that we carry, and you all have all seen these, are we have a TSA lock for our luggage. You can use this on your luggage, on your backpack, if it allows you to do so. But we love these, and you just program it by the number. And yeah, they come in handy, very tiny.
Yeah, we actually use them on our backpacks because there have been some videos circulating around YouTube. You may have seen them where people were complaining about having valuables taken from their backpacks during long international flights.
In the upper bins
yeah,
of
they
the...
put them in the overhead bins. So we definitely lock up ours before we put them up there, just as an extra step of precaution. Next item I'm going to share this. I'm sure you've seen these. A lot of people use what I call adapters because once you leave the United States, the power it can be different in other countries. The United States runs off 110. A lot of countries run off 220. So what we do is, you're going to need an adapter anyway. We use a converter because this allows us to step that 220 down to 110. And you may be thinking, why is that important? Well, for ladies who use curling irons.
Yeah, they actually have...
This is what you'll need to operate your curling irons.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the 220 is going to burn those curling irons up. For myself, I use electric clippers to shave and also to cut my hair. Same thing applies to those electric clippers. They require 110. So if you have an adapter and not a converter, you're going to run the risk of damaging your clippers or your curling irons. So that's critical.
And also, Sean, if you want to share with them, we did have an incident where that did happen.
Yeah, I actually burned up a pair of my clippers in Vietnam. That's how I ended up with that instead of an adapter. So, lesson learned.
Look, burned up the clippers, and also the lights and everything in the room went out. So we had to call for maintenance to come up.
Right.
And they were very helpful.
Yeah.
They tried to help us the best that they could. You know, they did get the lights back on, but the clippers were burnt.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the maintenance guy brought up a converter because he thought maybe my clippers survived. We hooked up the converter and plugged my clippers in. They were gone. So.
All right, so the next thing that we travel with is this tiny carbon monoxide detector. Guys, this is great to have. You know, I'm very paranoid when I see on the news about, you know, deaths that have occurred in hotels or resorts, and it's because of carbon monoxide poisoning. So this is it's chargeable by a USB, so you don't need batteries. And this little thing lasts about 4 to 5 days before it actually needs to be charged again. It does work. And the reason we know it worked is because we'll sometimes forget to turn it off, and when we're in the back of a Grab, by the time we get to the hotel, it is beeping, and we realize that it was in the back of
It's in the trunk of the car, so it's been exposed to carbon monoxide from the exhaust system of the car.
But guys, yes, you need one of these. Come in handy.
Yep.
And can save your life.
Next item. This is my favorite. This is the Kindle white paper by Amazon. I do not leave home without it. And I can use this obviously to read. Now, as you all know, we're budget travelers. So to avoid purchasing books or subscriptions for books, what I do is I have a library card. Actually, I have 2 library cards, one from my home, and then my brother who lives in Washington, D.C., he has a library card as well. So I have 2 libraries that I have access to. And what that allows me to do is I can go to these library sites, download books, and read them on my Kindle. So that's how I get my reading materials when I'm traveling outside the country. I just use my library card and those subscriptions to download books.
All right, so the next thing that we have is this little guy here. It's a fan. And, you know, traveling in Southeast Asia for the last few months, this is much needed. They have several of these floating around, but, you know, I really like this one. It has 4 settings on it, and it's very high powered. And it also has and I'm going to try to show it to you here.
A light, yeah.
It also has a light here. And this comes in handy too, you know, if you're out at night, or, you know, if you're in your accommodations and the power just happened to go out. So this light comes in handy. And it also has a little hook there where you can connect it onto your backpack or luggage or something like that. So I really like this guy.
Also rechargeable? Is it rechargeable? Or does it have
Yes,
batteries?
this is rechargeable as well with a USB.
Okay.
And it lasts a very long time. You know, I don't know if now in these electronics, they are really making the life last long.
Yeah,
So
very efficient. Then we have our power cord. This allows us, because a lot of the accommodations that you stay in, they will not have a lot of plugs. So once we get in, we'll normally plug in our converter, and then we'll plug this in, and this gives us additional outlets, as well as USB-C and regular USB ports to charge our phones, our Apple Watches, and the fan, and these other electronic gadgets that we travel with. So this is very critical for us. I think we have one right now, but we plan on getting another one, so we'll have additional plugs that are available to us when we need to plug things in.
okay, and I also want to tell you there's a plug here, a regular plug here on the sides, and also there's some plugs going across the front, USB and a C. So yeah, and it just kind of wraps back up into itself, and it packs very well. So this is a must-have, and we won't leave home without it.
Right.
And another thing that we travel with is a speaker, a portable speaker. And this is a Bose speaker. We love it. We connect it to our cell phones, and it is also chargeable. Mostly everything that we have is chargeable. So works out great. And like I said, it Bluetooths to your cell phone. It also has a little thing here where you can connect it and it can hang. Works well. We love it. Good sound.
Yep. Now the next few items we're going to cover, these are associated with those of you who are maybe doing YouTube or creating videos. So these specifically are some of the items that we use for our YouTube channel while we're traveling.
Okay, so for storage, when we're doing our YouTube videos, we use this SanDisk portable
Hard drive.
Yeah. Thank you, Sean. It is very tiny. It's very thin.
Yeah, I think this particular one is 2 terabytes.
2 terabytes, and we have another one that's 4 terabytes.
Right.
And it also comes with the little cord, which is a C on both ends. I am sure that you can use a little converter and change that if you need be.
Right.
But this, it is very tiny, and we love it, and it helps keep everything stored really well.
Yep. The next item we have, this is a little carrying case, and we're going to get to the type of camera we use, but a lot of the cameras that you're going to be using if you're doing YouTube use micro SD cards, and so we bought this case because it holds the micro SD cards as well as the larger case that the SD card slides into. So it holds 1, 2, 3, 4 of the larger, and then if you can see down inside, it holds 2 micro SD cards, so 2, 4, 6, 8. So this comes in handy as well, because as you start to use up a lot of data when you're recording video, you'll need SD cards in order to store all of your video.
And also with that, here's our little SD card that I took out of there, and we also purchased these as well. See if I can, they fit very snug in here, so let me see if I can. Here we go, little SD card, very tiny. And we get these as well, so we'll have the link for all of this in our description.
And then here, sometimes when we're traveling, our lighting isn't the best, so we need some artificial light to help us. You can see that. Maybe you can see the name of the light here. So this has been very helpful for us when we're in situations where we don't have, enough light to record our videos. So.
Also, this is chargeable as well. C. And it also has different lighting on the side, so
right.
You can kind of rotate that to get to the lighting that you want.
Yep.
And also it has a connection here, a little circle, and it should connect to most of your stands for your...
Yeah, the stand that you use to put your cameras. I can't remember the name of it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just your stand that you put what we currently now have our DJI on. So it should connect to that as well. So that comes in handy. And this is also a cover for the light if you need it. If it's too, just need to add. If it's too bright or whatever the case may be, it does give you a little light, a little cover for it to kind of help you.
To diffuse the light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the two things that we don't have that we can show you, obviously, are our microphones. These are the DJI microphones that we have on our shirts. Those came with the camera that we purchased. We have the DJI. Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go. Yeah, here's the microphones. And I know there are some YouTubers out there that use a little bit smaller microphones. I'm not sure if you have the option when you purchase your camera, but these are the ones that we have. So we use the DJI microphones, and then we also use, I think we actually bought this separately.
We bought these separately from our camera.
Okay.
And they also have a little...
sock.
Yeah.
A sock that goes over it for when you're recording outside, so it can reduce the noise from the wind.
And y'all excuse me if I made a little noise with my camera, but yeah, we did purchase these separately. So you want to tell them about the...
Yeah, and then finally, the camera that we're recording on now is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3.
I will put that up on the screen since we are recording with it now.
Yeah, but it's been really a game changer for our videos. Once we started getting a little more serious about making videos, we purchased the camera, and it has been excellent for us in our YouTube videos.
Yeah, and it comes in this little cute pouch. So it really works out well, but like I said, we will have the link of that in the description. And also the type of stand that we actually have the camera standing on, and that I also explained that you can use the light on. I have that linked as well. So yeah, we just wanted to share some of these travel essentials with you guys. I think some of the items that we covered will help maybe relieve some of the anxiety about knowing what you need when you start to travel full time. Because one thing you have to remember, you're not on vacation. You know, a lot of us, once we leave, we're going to be gone for several months. So some of these things are going to be important that you have once you start to travel, because it'll give you that sense of comfort of being at home, because you'll have some of the conveniences that you're used to here. And guys, let us know in the comments if you have any questions about anything that we showed you today. And also, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We would love to continue to bring you more information like this. Thanks for watching.